Imagine walking through the National Mall in Washington, D.C. and stumbling across a full arcade cabinet. Not a classic one, not a retro throwback, a brand new satirical role-playing game where you play as Donald Trump and fight a low-flow showerhead. Yeah, that actually happened. Arcade cabinets for a game called Operationepicfurious, Strait To Hell have been physically installed in one of the most politically charged locations in the entire United States, and people are already playing it. Today we are breaking down what this game actually is, who made it, what you can do in it, and why it is making waves across the gaming world right now. Stick around because this story goes deeper than you might expect. So let's talk about the actual game. Operationepicfurious, Strait To Hell is a satirical role-playing game. And when we say role-playing game, we mean it in the traditional sense. Turn-based combat, character stats, the whole deal. You play as Trump himself and you are given some very on-the-nose objectives. Want to order a Diet Coke? You can do that. Want to burn the Epstein files one by one? Apparently that is a gameplay mechanic. And when it comes to combat, you're going up against enemies like a low-flow showerhead set in Iran. If that sounds completely absurd to you, that is entirely the point. The game is built around political satire, and it is leaning all the way in. The chip-tuned patriotic music playing in the background while all of this unfolds adds another layer to the whole experience. Some people are finding it hilarious. Others are a bit more fatigued by the subject matter. But here is where it gets interesting. People who have spent real time with the game say that underneath all the satire and the jokes, it is actually a genuinely solid role-playing game on a mechanical level. The systems work. The gameplay loop is there. This is not just a meme dressed up as a game. There is real craft behind it. Now let us talk about who actually made this thing. The developer behind Operationepicfurious, Strait To Hell, goes by the name Secrethandshake. That is a pseudo-anonymous name, meaning these developers are deliberately keeping their real identities hidden. And honestly, given the subject matter of the game, that makes a lot of sense. What makes this story even more fascinating is the delivery method. These are not just releasing a browser game and calling it a day. They physically built and installed full arcade cabinets, real hardware, real screens, real joysticks, and they placed them at the National Mall in Washington, D.C., which is arguably one of the most symbolically loaded locations you could choose in the entire country. The National Mall sits right between the Lincoln Memorial and the United States Capitol building. Choosing that location is not an accident. That is a statement. But here is where it gets interesting. You do not have to be in Washington, D.C. to play this game. Secrethandshake has also made the game available through a browser. You just head to their website and you can jump straight in. No download, no installation, no arcade cabinet required. So whether you are walking past the National Mall or sitting on your couch anywhere in the world, this game is accessible to you right now. This whole situation opens up a much bigger conversation. Video games as political tools are nothing new. But what is happening right now feels a bit different. On one side, you have official or government-adjacent social media accounts using gaming imagery and gaming culture to push certain political messages online. And now on the other side, you have independent developers firing back with actual playable games designed to mock and satirize the very same figures. It is a tug-of-war playing out in an art form that was once considered just entertainment. The interesting thing about Secrethandshake is that even the critics of the game's subject matter acknowledge that the underlying game is well made. That is a real achievement, because making a game that works mechanically while also being a piece of political commentary is genuinely hard. A lot of satire games fail because the message overshadows the gameplay. This one apparently manages to do both. And that has people wondering what Secrethandshake could do with an original project. Something not tied to real-world politics. Something built entirely from their own imagination. Because if they can build a competent role-playing game engine around something as chaotic as Trump administration satire, imagine what they could do with a story and world entirely their own. The gaming community is watching, and so are we. So there you have it. A mystery developer called Secrethandshake has built arcade cabinets for a satirical role-playing game, and physically place them at the National Mall in Washington, D.C. You can play as Trump, battle absurd enemies, and experience what might actually be a surprisingly solid role-playing game underneath all the satire. You can also play it right now in your browser for free. Whether you find it funny, thought-provoking, or just plain wild, you have to admit this is one of the more creative things to happen in gaming news in a while. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a story like this one. Drop a comment below and let us know what you think about games being used as political satire. We read every single one. See you in the next video.